Hello everyone, hi, it's Kate from Foremost Fitness, and today we've got our foam roller workout. So I love the foam roller, it's one of my favourite bits of kit. It's great for rehab, it's great for really challenging your core, it's great for just having a little mess around on it, and it's lovely for a stretch. It's just really good bit of kit, so it's a bit of an all-rounder for me. It's one of my faves. So in our workout today, we're going to do a little bit of balancing, going to do a little bit of core, and we're going to do a little bit of fascia release. So we're going to help release through the muscles and all that internal skin that we've got that gets a bit sticky. So a few of you are probably sat there going, well, I don't know what the hell fascia is. So I'm just going to give you a really quick explanation, not go into it too much because it can get a bit technical, but basically if I use my little picture here, fascia is internal skin. So if you look at our muscle man, it's not just the white bits, let me say that first, because I can probably see lots of other Pilates teachers out there going, she's getting it wrong. So yes, fascia includes all this is skin, this is all internal skin, all these, the ligaments, the tendons, the bits in between the muscle, but fascia is so much more than that. Fascia is a whole and continuous three-dimensional matrix of structural support. So what does that mean? Basically, it's like a soft internal skeleton that's everywhere, like a massive network of a spider's web that helps support our body and hold us up. So it's not just the spine that holds us up. Actually, if we didn't have the spine and we had our fascia, we'd still have a little bit of structure. So what we're talking about now is all the bits of skin that are inside. It's our internal skin. And when we have an injury, or if you've been inactive, and fascia can get stuck, and that's what causes pain as well as your muscle soreness. So basically, by doing a few lovely stretches on the roller and using the roller to roll out on the muscles, we can help realign and release, and sort of, release isn't the right word, rehydrate our fascia. Because what we're actually doing is, when we roll the fascia, is we're allowing it to take on board more moisture from the body and get nice and juicy again and be able to move and flow. So think of ourselves as rehydrating our bodies today. So coming on to that, make sure you have water. If you don't have water now, please do have some water after the class, because we're going to be working a little bit on some structural release, you will need to rehydrate. Okay, so let's get started, and we're going to start standing up. So grab your foam roller and come and stand up with me here. And what I want you to do is just take it into the hands, and I've got my fingers reaching forward, so I'm just going to say hi to everyone joining in. Hello everyone, lovely to see you. And I want you to reach those fingers forward. And I'm going to stand sideways so you can see, but you can stand facing me. Got the feet just under the bones of the body. We're just checking in with that energy down through the feet. Reach tall up through the ears, and let's get that breath going. Breathing wide and deep into the back and sides of the ribs. As you blow the air out, we're softly letting the ribs drop and feeling gentle connection under the sit bones, in between the hip bones, and around the rib cage. We're just going to do that again. So we're just taking this lovely wide breath in and finding your connection. Sit bones, hip bones, and rib cage. So I want you to add a little bit more work now. I want you to gently press inwards into the roller. So can you see my arms pushing inwards there a little bit? I want you to get that feeling of drawing the hands together between the roller. So let's try that with a breath. Big breath in, exhale, find your wrapping connection, draw the hands together into the roller. I'm going to release a little bit, and I want you to now bring your awareness to your armpits and your shoulder muscles this time. So as you press, we're just feeling like you're almost drawing in from your armpit and feeling this lovely connection around the back, the front, the chest and the sides. So here we go. Breathing in. Exhale, find that connection, draw the hands together and feel the shoulders melt down a little bit. Inhale, release a little bit. And exhale, just pressing in gently into the roller. We're going to keep that connection now. And I want you to just do a little bit of shrug. So we're going to inhale and protract the scapula, sort of rolling the shoulders forwards. And then we're going to just gently retract with our exhale. So I'm going to turn my back to you now so you can see my shoulders a little bit better. Maybe kneeling down so you can see that. Shuffle back. So what I'm going to do is inhale and reach the shoulders forwards a little bit. And then as I exhale, I'm getting that glide, sliding the shoulders back. And I'm still pressing into the roller. Inhale to reach forwards. And exhale, pressing into the roller, gliding back. And I'm still finding my wrapping round core connection. We're going to just do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach forwards into the roller. Find the connection into your armpits, into your abdominals, and melt the shoulders down. 1 more time, breathing in to go forwards. And exhale to glide it back. Lovely. So you should actually have felt the arms were working reasonably hard there. You should have felt the armpits turn on, you should have felt the tummy and some back muscles. So we're getting a little bit of everything there. So we're going to add a bit more to that. I want you to find your connection. And we're going to add a little calf stretch. So this time we're going to float the roller up as you exhale, step back. I'm going to get energy back through this leg behind us and really drawing in. And then inhale to step forwards. Exhale, little calf stretch. Reach up through the fingertips, lengthen from your ears all the way down to that heel on the floor. Energy down into that heel and come on back. And we're just going to do that a couple more times. Exhaling, lengthening back. Just doing a gentle stretch there. Big breath in. Bring it back. And I want to really feel those armpits working as well. Exhale, create energy through the whole body. Reach the fingers to the ceiling. Reach the heel to the floor. Bring it back. We're going to add some rotation just to get a little bit more work through our whole body. So as you step back this time, we're going to rotate towards the front leg. Breathing in to return. Exhaling, stepping back. Rotate towards your front leg. Breathing in to return. And let's do that 1 more time each side. Stepping back. Lovely big exhale. Inhale here. Bring it in, let's have another one. Stepping back, taking it around and bringing it in and returning. Good. Okay, going to take that into some squats now. I'm going to have you have the legs a little bit wider than hip distance apart. And we're just going to gently inhale, take the roller forwards. And I want you to, so I'm going to turn sideways again so you can see. Really working into those sit bones. So as I go into my squat, just hang out here everybody, it's good work for the thighs, so stay there, keep breathing. Knee is lined up with my foot. My knees do not go forwards with my feet because that's going to put too much pressure through my kneecap if I do lots of repetitive movement there. Keep your knees lined up and stick that butt out. Hold it. I hope everyone's still holding. And now you can come up. Beautiful. So we're going to go in and out of those now. I want you all to do the perfect squat. Down we go, inhale. And as we exhale, let's do a little upper body row. I'm going to pull that roller in and turn sideways again so you see what I'm doing. Inhale, take it into your squat. Now I'm going to do a little row. Pull it back, elbows go wide. We're going to do 5 more. Inhale. And pull it back into an upper body row here. Squeezing into the roller a little bit with those hands. You're really applying that pressure, finding the armpits. Really nice work, everybody. Big breath in. Stick those butts out. Exhale. Bring it in and up. Inhale, reaching forward. Bring it back with your exhale. So we're going to add a little bit more, as always, a little bit more. There's more. Now take the roller up. Lovely chest stretch in. And exhale, reach up to the ceiling, take a chest stretch. Should feel really nice. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, power up. I want you to feel your bum and your thighs pushing you away from the floor. So as you come up, really getting those glutes turned on for me. We're going to add a plie. So you're going to roll on towards the toes now for a little bit more balance. Up we go. And bring it back down. 2 slow breaths. Exhale up. Inhale down. Really smooth, keep it going. We've still got a little bit of pressure on this roller. It's feeling good, last 2. Up and in. And 1 more. balance work before we get on the roller. So like I said, there's absolutely tons of balance stuff you can do. You can really go for it. Have the roller next to you, and I've got it just slightly in front of my feet, so it's forwards a little bit. And we just want you to take your hand either to the side of the hip or out, and we do a little step back. So you're going to inhale, step back, just a little one. And as you exhale, we're not going to put that foot on the floor, we're going to lift it up and take a little balance. In and out. And I've got some support from this, but I'm not pushing into it crazily. I've just got it, it's just there lightly, so if I took my hand away, I can balance, but it's just there to be gentle. Now, let's add a little bit more to that. So reach your arm up, and we can add a little bit of rotation towards the thigh. Bring it in, step it back. Sorry, inhale. Exhale up, add the rotation. So this is where I want you to stay if you're feeling a little bit wobbly today. However, if you would like to challenge yourself, you're going to do that holding onto the roller. And again, if we get this armpit connection, it does help to stabilize through the core and through the rest of the body. So here we go. We're going to inhale, step, exhale, knee lift. Inhale, step, add a raise and a rotation. Can we add a lunge? Lunge it down and bring it all the way up. Big breath in, big breath out. Really nice, everybody. Big breath in, take it down. Big breath out, bring it up. In and up. We've got one left. In and up. Whew. I tell you what, that certainly get those legs working. I'm going to try that on the other side. So first of all, let's just start with your step. And those of you who want to stay with your step, please do. So we're going to step back, inhale. Exhale, bring that leg up. Little balance, in and up. Sorry, I've gone into a lunge there, automatic. You can lunge if you want to, or you can just step back, one more little step, and bring it up. Let's add the arm. So we're going to step back, lift up, rotate towards the arm. Bring it in, and down, up, and around, in, and down. Now, we can stay here if we want to, or you can pick the roller up and do a little bit more. So, ready? Take it back, lift it up, take it back, lift it up, add rotation, take it all the way down, bring it all the way up, 5 more, in and up for 5, take it down and up for 4, still pressing into that roller, find your shoulder engagement, reach through your ears, nearly there, 1 left, inhale and bring it up. Woo, well done. So we're going to roll it out a little bit, give yourself a big breath in here. As you exhale, let's peel it down, still holding the roller, hang out there, have a little shake. Maybe swing the roller from side to side if you want to. And keep breathing, big breaths in and out. So I'm going to take an exhale, push firmly into the feet and draw those deep abdominals in and up. Use your bottom, use your thighs. And stack the spine bone by bone. Add a shoulder roll if you want to. We're going to go down again, so it's a long exhale to go down. Get that air out all the way. Really blow the air away. Big wide breath in, have a little dangle again, we're going to move it around. Now use your next exhale to come up carefully, carefully, carefully. Use your bottom, use your thighs, use your core muscles, add a shoulder roll. So this time I'm going to go down and come onto the mat. So as you exhale down for me now, be aware that we are going to get onto the mat. So big bend in the knees, place the roller on the floor, we're just going to roll it forwards and come down. So I'm going to scoot in so you can see me a little bit better here. So we're going to work on a little bit more shoulder stability, because when you work on an unstable surface, it's really important, it's extra important. Shoulder stability is important anyway, but because we're working on an unstable surface here, I want you to just really bring your awareness to your abdominals and your armpit and your back and your front muscles here. So put the heels of the hands on the roller, and if you can see, I've got a little bit of an angle here. I've got my legs hip distance apart, and my hands are slightly forwards of my shoulder, because if I have my hands directly under my shoulder with the foam roller, it's too much of an angle for my wrist here. So we're going forwards. And we're going to do some inhales and exhales, and I want you to add some movement. So on your inhale, let's see if we can float that breastbone back and widen into the collarbones. And exhale and just find that neutral again. So I was protracting into my shoulders. Now I'm going to retract into those scap. I'm going to inhale and allow the shoulders to go a little bit behind me, and then I'm going to find this neutral again. But can you see I'm keeping my spine really quite straight? I want you to get that feeling of stretching your bum and your head away and getting that long line. So we're going to inhale and protract slightly. So we're going to allow the shoulders to come apart. Exhale, find your centre in, bring it down. Let's find that centre again. So protracting on your inhale, find your neutral, so you should really feel these armpits turning on now, and then gently let that go a little bit baggy through the breastbone, but we're allowing the shoulders to come back and then into the centre again. And let's have a little break. Reaching it out, and we're going to do a little scoop and a little stretch and a little scoop and a little stretch, and just let's breathe, just breathing, big breaths. No set breath pattern here. Breathe how you like. Keep it breathing. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit more to that as always. Let's go. I want to go into a bit of a cat stretch here. So keeping the roller still now. So our challenge is to maintain our connection whilst keeping the roller still in space. Take a breath in to feel long through the spine. Exhaling, curl the tailbone under. We're going to flex and deepen that abdominal connection. Let the head drop down between the arms. Stay here and breathe wide, and we've still got the roller nice and still. As you exhale, send the sit bones away, and we get that lovely long ripple back through the spine. Stay in your long line to breathe in wide and deep for me. I'm going to go ahead and do that again. Exhale, we're curling under. Lift those abs in, ripple it through. Stay here to breathe in. And as you exhale, we're going to get that ripple going back all the way through the spine again. Lovely work. One last one. Exhale, curling under and scooping in. Head drops down. Stay here, breathing wide. And sending those sit bones away. I'm going to breathe and roll it out again. So take the weight back. You can scoop a little bit, or you can lift, or you can scoop, or we can lift. So just breathing in, breathing out. Now I want to have a little go at taking yourself into your pike. So this is where we really need to get that shoulder stability. So have a go for me here. Get yourself in a good position, and we're going to tuck those toes under. So the arms are still slightly forwards of the shoulders. Go ahead and press up into your pike, and we're just going to see if we can walk it out here a little bit. Keep the tailbone high, lovely long line through the spine. Eye line to your toes if you can, and just breathing, breathe to stay alive, keep going. Bring it in and down, and take a little stretch. So this time we're just going to go up, stretch, and come right back down again. So big breath in for me. Exhale, reach it up. Inhale, take it down. Exhale, reach it up. Inhale, take it down. If you want to, you can add a little bit more. So you can add your plank into this. Otherwise, if you've had enough, roll it out and wait for us to come back to you. Have a little roll. So here's your plank pike. Big breath in. Exhale, we go up into our pike. Inhale to hold. Exhale, forwards to plank. Inhale to hold. Exhale, back into your pike. Inhale to hold. Exhale, forwards to plank. Inhale to hold. We can add more if you want to. So keep reaching that head forwards, reaching the heels back. And now we're going to add a little bit more to that. So coming back into your pike for me. Readjust on the roller if you need to. We're going to inhale here. Exhale forwards into your plank. Inhale, let's add a press up. And take it back again. So it's exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. 2 more, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, last one, exhale, inhale, exhale, and back, and here's your break. Roll it out. So what I like to do when I've done lots of work with my hands is I roll the backs of my arms here and the backs of my hands, and it feels really nice. And roll the forearms as well, because we've really worked those. It's just rolling out those muscles, slowly, carefully, just keeping your breath going. And let's add the scoop and the stretch, and the scoop and the stretch, and take a breathe. Put your roller to your side here, and we're going to do a little thread needle exercise. So this is one of my faves. It feels lovely on your back. What I want you to do is imagine we're just wringing out the back and the tummy. So we're going to create a long line from the head to your tail. Hands now are coming down underneath the shoulders. You can't see my hand because it's on the floor there under the roller. So it's not under the roller, it's next to the roller. And I'm going to keep this arm on the mat. My other arm is going to thread through, here's my thread needle, with the palm up to the ceiling, and it goes on the roller here. As I'm moving, I'm going to roll the roller away from me, but I'm actually going to let my stabilising arm bend. So as I move, this arm's bending, my roller arm's staying straight, and I'm getting a fabulous spinal stretch. Give yourself an exhale. Keep reaching the bottom and the ears in opposite directions. And as you do this, what I'd like you to have another go at is really lifting those abs in. So really pulling abs in and stretching the spine. And it should feel absolutely lovely. You can do a much smaller range of motion if you want. So obviously just a little one, if you're feeling a little bit tight, just go to where you need to for your body. Just do 2 more for me here. And 1 more. And of course we need to do that on the other side. So on this side, we've got the hand closest to the roller is on the floor. The knees and the hips are lined up under the bones of the body, so knees under hip bones, hands under shoulders. I'm going to take my hand underneath here, palm is up to the ceiling, and I'm going to open up these shoulders again, and I'm going to just take a big exhale. Out we go. And bring it back. 2. And one side's always a little bit stiffer. 3. Lovely big exhale. 4. And stretching that spine as much as you can. 5. And 1 more. 6. Oof. So now rolling this spine and mobilising this spine in that direction does feel good. So we're going to do a little bit more of it. What I'm going to have you do now, I'm just going to pick the roll up so you can see. You're going to be lying down on your side with the knees at 90 degrees and your upper body in a straight line. So I'm going to be literally like this. But the roller is going to be in front of you because we're going to add a little bit more work. So lying down with the knees at 90 degrees, support the head with the hand. And I'm just going to bring my roller in front of me so that I can have the front of my hand on the roller. And as you breathe in, I want you to keep your arms straight, roll the roller away from you, and actually rotate your chest towards the mat. Take a stretch and bring it back with an exhale. So we're rotating the spine, the hips are staying stable. I've got my hips stacked, I'm using my core muscle, and I'm taking a lovely stretch here as I inhale, and then I'm going to bring that back, and actually it's a real nice stretch through the front and the back of the spine and the chest, reaching away and bringing it back. And we can add to this. So this time, inhale, we're going to open the arm away. Exhale, pull it back. Inhale to roll forwards. And exhale, control it back. Inhale to open, and we rotate the spine away from the roller. We lift it up with an exhale, find the roller. Now inhale, rotate the spine to the roller, head turns to the mat. Bring it back, you've got 1 more of these. Inhaling, lifting up, lovely big stretch over. Exhale, control that return and roll the roller forwards. So of course we need to even ourselves up. Let's do that on the other side. Bringing the knees up to 90 degrees, I've got them together, my hips are stacked and I've got my roller right in front of me. So bring yourself down onto the mat, arm in front and let that head relax. So we're going to inhale, just roll forwards for a couple of goes. Inhaling and exhale back. And you're keeping that arm straight if you can. Press firmly into the roller, not too hard, but just so you can feel it. And bring it back. So I'm going to go inhale forward and exhale back. Inhale forwards, and I'm going to add the next bit. Exhale back. Now I'm going to inhale, open all the way over. And exhale, return. Hand finds the roller, inhale forwards. Rolling the spine, exhale, let's bring it back. Connecting sit bones, bottom ribs. Inhale, we open up the rib cage here. And exhale, find that abdominal connection, bring it back. Inhale forwards. Exhale, control that return. Inhale, lift up, lovely big stretch, everybody, open it up. Exhale, bring it back, last one. Inhale, lovely stretch forwards. Exhale, controlling it back, let's go up. Inhale, open that chest. And exhale, we're going to control that back and have a little extra stretch there, just because it feels marvellous. All right, everybody. Good, so what I want you to do now is we're going to work on our back muscles. So you're going to put the roller in front of you and we're going to lie down onto our tummies. So go ahead and bring yourself down onto that. Now, before I do this, you can put a small pad or a pillow under the hips if you need to, if you're a little bit sore in that area. We are going to be rolling and moving a little bit, but it will be okay to have a small pillow under the hips if you need it. Let's take the legs into a little bit of lateral rotation here. So what I'm going to do is take them a little bit wider and I'm going to turn my knees and my toes outwards. So I want you to place the hands on the roller and they almost go, scoot back, you can see that. The hands go pretty much at the edges of my roller here. And I'm going to start with the arms just straight, but my hands, can't see that, I'm going to roll back so you can see me a little bit better. My hands are hanging off the roller. So I've got this long lengthened position with my hands off the roller and my arms on the roller. So we're going to start here. Find your core connection. So imagine that ice cube under the belly button. You're going to lift those abs in and find your armpit connection as well. We're finding a little bit of stretch through the spine. So we've got that opposition from your ears to your toes and turning the muscles on just to feel like you're pulling in and holding. Breathing in, start to roll the shoulders back. As you exhale, flex your elbows, and I'm pulling the roller to me and I'm just going to lift my breastbone up a little bit here. Inhale to hold it there and exhaling to lengthen forwards. So we inhale, start to roll the shoulders, exhale, float the breastbone forwards and up, and I'm really still connecting with my core muscles, I can feel them. We're going to inhale, hold it here, I'm going to stay lifted and I'm really lengthened through the spine and gently back down. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, start to roll the shoulders back. Exhale, we continue. Keep lifting the abs in, but I've still got my lower ribs on the mat here, guys. I'm not lifting everything up just yet. And then lengthen that back down. 1 more. Inhale, start to pull the shoulders back. Exhale, gently lengthening and lifting, and we're creating that space and length through the spine. Reach the toes, reach the ears. We're breathing in at this point, and exhale to lengthen away. You can turn that into a little bit more stretch. So what I want you to do now is we're going to push firmly down into the roller and keep the arms straight. So we get that feeling of lifting through the upper body. So arms lovely and wide on the roller again. Turn those legs on, turn your bum muscles on, we're going to need them. Breathing in to prepare here, we start to move the shoulders back. Exhale, push firmly down on the roller, and I'm creating this really long line. But equally, if I show you, I'm pulling those abs right in off the floor and I'm staying lifted. Big breath in and right back down. Now you don't need to go that high, obviously. If your back doesn't do that, do what you can. So maybe just a little tiny lift, but I want you to get that feeling of pushing into the arms and lifting into the core. And we're just going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, lift and open, reach the ears to the ceiling. Inhale to stay lifted, and exhale. We're lengthening that lovely long length back down. Big breath in, start to move the shoulders. Exhale, we lift. hold it here, and lengthen down. Now we're going to do a little bit of rocking. So I want you to turn on those bottoms and thighs. And actually if I scoot back a little bit here on the mat, you can probably see more arms and legs of my whole body. So we're still in our lovely long line, and we've got those legs turned out. Have a little look at this, or do it with me if you know what's coming. We're going to start to lift up. Inhale to hold it here. Now, as I rock forwards, I'm only going to go halfway down. I'm going to float a leg up a little bit. Just the one. And then we're going to change to the other side. So we do a little rock and lift. Little rock, lift it up. My glutes are working seriously hard here. I want you to keep that connection all the way through the upper body and the lower body. It's exhale, inhale, in. Collarbones are super wide. Everything's working very, very hard. Last one coming up, and lift. Well done. All right. We're going to get a stretch in a minute. Bring those legs back to parallel. So they're lined up now with the bones of the body, or even a little bit wider if you need to. I want you to place the arms forwards on the roller. And again, I've got my wrists on. I'm really pushing down through my wrists and almost the heel of my hand here as well. Pulling the tummy in tight and getting that connection all the way through the body. We're going to float one leg up, reach it, bring it down. Float the other leg up, reach it, bring it down. Now this is where I want you to stay if you've got a sore back today. So you're going to really draw in with those abs, and it's not about taking the leg up because that's going to pull right into your lumbar. It's about creating length and space. So as your leg lifts up, you're pulling the glutes in, we're reaching and tightening into those thighs. Here's the next option. We take both legs up and we have a little swim. So really working into my thighs and my glutes now, and let's have that smooth breath. Really in and out. Really long smooth breaths forming in and out. Everything's working. Smooth breaths in and out. One more in and out, and then gently release it down. So we deserve a little break after that. Take that into a stretch, scoop the tummy in, and we're just going to rock it in and out for me. Just rock it. Rocking that in and out. So give yourself a few more rocks in and out for me there, and I just want you to get your breath going, breathing in, breathing out, finding that connection. I'm just going to rehydrate before we start doing a bit more. Make sure you've got some water, take a water break if you need to. I want you to focus on your breathing and then have a little relax. So we're going to work now on the roller, and I'm going to show you how to get on if you need to. So just have a little peek at this. The roller's now going along the mat, and we're going to lie our spine along the roller. So sometimes this can feel a bit weird because we're all a little bit wonky, and unless your roller really is wonky and you've seen it and it is wonky, when you get on the mat, on the roller, sometimes it feels like we're really squiff, and that's because we are. So I want you to just find that readjustment when we get on, and I'm going to show you how. So if you struggle getting on and off things, so I can literally just sit down like this and get on my roller, and I'm happy to do that. But if you've got stiff hips and things, the best way to do it is from the side a little bit. So you sort of come slightly in front of your roller, get the roller towards the butt, roll onto it a little bit, and then bring the legs around, and then sort of roll yourself down. And we want to make sure that the head is fully supported. So if you're a tall person, you need to have your bottom right at the end of the roller, almost hanging off a little bit, but we still want to have the sacrum, which is that tough bit of the butt on the roller. And we want to feel that we're fully supported. So just here, have a little wriggle around and have a breathe. Big breath in, big breaths out. And I want you to get that feeling of flowing the breath and connecting your abdominals. So let's have that breath again. Inhale wide and deep towards the sit bones, into the deep abdominals, into the hip bones and around the rib cage. As you blow the air out, we're finding that connection through the ribs, through the hips and into your deep pelvic floor. Just a little bit, but it's there. So let's focus on some arm movement as well, making sure that the knees are lined up with the bones of the pelvis. Now, if you're struggling to keep the knees lined up, you can go a little bit wider, but it doesn't help later on. You need to have the feet lined up if you can. So have a peek at the knees and we're lining them up with the bones. Give the toes a wiggle and bring that awareness to your heels and toes. I'm going to breathe in and float the arms up. And exhale, find that ribcage connection as you circle them around. In and around. We're just going to do two the other way. Big breath in, big breath out. And again, two lovely big circles. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to do a lovely big hug here. So inhale, open those arms wide, we get a chest stretch. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Feels lovely. Inhale, open it out. And exhale, give yourself a hug. And we can change the breath here, so the breath doesn't matter too much. So now inhale to give yourself a hug. And exhale to open the arms out. Try that again. Inhale to give yourself a hug. And exhale to open the arms out. Float the arms up to the ceiling. Allow the shoulders to drop into their sockets. And we want to just get that feeling of creating space through the collarbones. We're going to do some scissoring of the arms. As you melt your abs in with your exhale, we're going to take one arm one way, one arm the other way. And you're only going to go to the point where you can keep the arm straight. So if you're a little bit tight, what you'll find is that elbow starts to bend. So you feel like you're getting a stretch, but you're cheating. So keep that arm straight and only take it to where you feel you can reach into. And then inhale into your center and exhale. We're going to get this lovely long stretch. And we're just going to do a couple more of those. And you should feel that you're challenging a little bit of balance on that roller. Good. Now I'm going to challenge that balance a little bit more. So we're going to inhale, just take one arm out to the side here. And exhale, bring it up. Let's try that on the other side. Inhale, take one arm out to the side. Exhale, bring it up. Try that one more time on each side. In. Find your connection. Bring it back, and the other side. Inhale, start your connection before you move, bring it back. Now we're going to do a little, what we call a reciprocal movement. So as this arm's coming out, this one's staying here. Now as I lift this arm up, I'm going to take my other arm away from me. So I'm lifting in, and can you see my arms are moving at the same time, and I'm really challenging my abdominals here. And relax them down. Let's focus on some opposite arm, opposite leg movement. So I want you to have the hands onto the floor, and we're going to find that armpit connection again. Connect through the spine and around the abdominals. And we're going to take a breath in to prepare. As you exhale, floating opposite arm, opposite leg up. Inhale down. So before you've even moved, you've wrapped those abs around you, especially this hip bone connection really helps. And you're going to find one side is absolutely fine and the other side can feel a bit wobbly. Lifting up, lowering down on the inhale, so you breathe, connect, then move. Lower it down. Start your breath, connect your abs and then move and lower it down. So I want to get that real feeling of allowing the connection to happen before you start your movement. This is your last one here, and then taking it down. So we're just going to add into that a little bit. What I want you to do is take the opposite arm and leg up. So I'm going to go left leg, right arm. My other hand and foot is on the floor. I'm going to do some arm circles here with this arm. So I'm going to go now, if you're feeling a little bit more brave, you can do a full circle. Just challenge those abs a little bit more. So let's go the other way with our little circles and our big circles. 1, 2, 3. Bigger circle. 1, 2, 3.
and down. So you should really feel those tummy muscles working. Let's take it into the other side. So little circles first, coming in. 1, 2, 3. Go the other way. 1, 2, 3. Let's do a big circle. Stretching around. Up for 1, 2, 3. Reversing. 1. Challenge those abs as you take that arm round. And 3. And down. Place your hands behind your head and readjust on the roller if you need to. We're just going to do a little bit of forward flexion here. So just ever so slightly nodding the chin. We're going to glide forward and keeping the pelvis relatively neutral. We've still got a tiny bit of lumbar arch here, but not loads because you're on the roller and the feet are below your hips. So as we exhale, we're gliding forwards and I'm sliding my ribcage down towards the pelvis and then just gently bringing that back down again. So I'm going to do that just 6 more times, getting a little bit of tummy. I want you to really focus on that connection, hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder. For 6. For 5. For 4. For 3. 2. 1. Reach your arms. We're going to add some arm circles with that now. Inhale and exhale. 2. 1. Reverse your circles. 2. 1. We're going to add a little bit more. Inhale around. Exhale, up we come, and we're going to lift the leg and in. And the other way. So now reverse those arms and up. Reverse down. And other leg comes up. We're going to reverse those arms again. Lift up. Now it's a little bit harder if you straighten your leg out. So you can try that if you want to. Straighten the leg. Bring it back. Reverse those arms. So we exhale, come up. Straighten the leg. Inhale, circle as we come back down. Reach. Circle and back down. Just 2 more here. Reach. Circle and down. And 1 more. Stretch. And bring it back. And you can certainly feel those abdominals stabilising and holding there. So let's just float that from side to side, just to release the muscles off either side. Give yourself a little wriggle on the roller. And we're going to do a little bit more core before we come off. So make sure you feel centered. Now, if it's not available for you today to take both your legs up to tabletop, because it can feel quite wobbly, I'm going to have you just have a little go with 1 leg lifted, and you're going to do 5 on one side of what we're doing and then 5 on the other side. Okay? So we're going to lift the legs up. Before you do that, you're going to find this deep wrapping connection. Find the shoulder connection, and we've got that spine in a long neutral line. So lifting up. Exhale to lift. We're going to just do some toe dips here. So we're going to dip down, but from the hip. So if you want to challenge yourself, fingertips. If you need more support, arms down, get lots of support. So here we go. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So you've got a leg on the floor, switch legs. If you want to intensify that, we've got a little bit more flex up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Mini break. Legs come back up again, find that connection. We're going to do leg stretches. So this time we're going to do 6 each way. So taking that leg away, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change legs if you've got a leg on the mat. Flex up if you've got legs up. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently bring it down. Take the legs down. Mini breather. So this next one, again, you can also do with 1 foot on the floor, and we're going to do them so that you can swap legs. But if it's available to you, we're going to take those legs up and straighten them up to the ceiling and do a scissor. So this time as you exhale, reach for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Add flexion, change legs if you've got a leg on the floor. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and a little knee bend for a breather. Nearly there. Stretch it up, leg circle. So again, you can absolutely do this with one foot on the floor. You don't need to do this with both legs up. Here we go, breathing in to prepare. And around. 3, 2, 1. Switch way, circles. 3, 2, 1. Straight onto the other leg. 3, 2, 1. Change direction. 3, 2, 1. And bend it in, take them down. Ooh, it's a little bit of a killer, that one. So we're going to stretch one leg out like this. Slide your bottom off. And give yourself a breathe. Whew. And actually, give yourself a moment here. And we're going to let the spine readjust. And I just want you to take the breath really wide and deep. Just really love big breaths in for me. And go. And just focusing on giving yourself permission to let that spine release. So you guys stay on the floor. I'm just going to talk at you for a moment. Feel, notice how the body feels. Does it feel a little bit different? Can you feel the back muscles releasing a little bit? Just give yourself another moment here and take a lovely big breath in and out. Just relax it there. Good, so gently roll onto your side, come up to sitting. I'm going to do a little bit more core work and movement. So what I want you to do is take your roller in front of you and you're going to pop it under your feet. So go ahead and put the roller under your feet here. I'm going to sit up onto those sit bones. So just while we're getting our position, go ahead and just hold on to the thighs here and sit nice and tall. Then just really drawing these deep abdominals in. I want you to feel that you're reaching up through your ears and creating as much length as you can through your spine. So breathe in and reach tall. Exhale, reach the arms long. Got a little bit of shoulder connection here, so I've got my armpits turned on again. And I'm just going to roll back a little bit. I'm going to draw those abs in deep and come up. And again, draw those abs in deep and come up. Now I'm going to move the roller with me. So as I roll back, I'm moving the roller away and getting that little bit more work through the body. Exhale, deep, deep connection. Roll the roots away. Deep connection in those abs. Just 2 more here. And 1 more. So we're going to add the arms to that 4 breath pattern. Inhale, prepare. Exhale to roll. Inhale to challenge and lift those arms. Exhale to return. Inhale to come up. Exhale back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, deep connection back, really scooping in those abs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. And again. Lift, lower, up. So we're just going to add that into 2 breaths. So it'll be and inhale. And back. And inhale up. 2 more. Back. And inhale up. I'm going to go all the way down on this one and have a lovely big stretch. And now start to return all the way up. I'm going to do that one more time. Just have a really big stretch. Roll it down. Exhale, stretching all the way out. Have a big breath in, big stretch. And then exhale. Roll it all the way up. Really nice work. Okay. So we're going to go on to a little bit of release work now for the last 10 minutes. And actually, I normally take longer than 10 minutes to do this section. So we're going to go through it a little bit quicker, but because it's something that you can practice at home on your own a little bit more, I'm just going to spend a quick 10 minutes on it here. So put the roller behind you
And we're going to take the roller to the point where it's just under, so ladies, bra strap line, guys, it's under the shoulder blades, and then again about a hand space lower-ish, so maybe a half hand space. So I'm under my shoulder blades, and I can't feel it on my shoulder blades, it's actually physically below them. And what I want you to do is have the knees bent lined up. I'm going to support the head with the hands here. And just taking big breaths in and out, we're slightly flexed, and then just lifting that bottom up with an exhale. We're going to gently move the thighs and roll a little bit, really nice and gently and slowly, moving smoothly through the body and taking the support with the core muscles. I'm using my bottom, I'm using my thighs, and I've really got those abs turned on, but I'm getting a real nice release in my back here. Nice long slow breaths, big breaths in and out. Now what I want you to do is find a point where you are actually touching the shoulder blades, but just sort of slightly under them, but touching. And we're going to support the head again, and this time take a lovely big breath in here and open up the chest. And as you exhale, find that abdominal connection, slide the rib cage back. We're going to do that 2 more times, inhaling, and bring it back. 1 more inhale, and bring it back, and this should feel really nice. So we're going to lift that bottom up again, so find your core connection, bum goes up. And again, we're just going to roll up and down on those shoulders again. Now there's a couple of positions you can be in with your arms. You can take your arms wide here, in which case you're sort of rolling onto the shoulder blades and the muscles on the back of the shoulder blades, or you can wrap your, if I come in a little bit, you can see that a bit better. You can wrap your arms around your head so that you're almost squeezing your head with your arms. And now we're going to get those muscles in between the shoulder blades and underneath the shoulders a little bit. And you're still breathing, lovely big breaths in and out. So now I'm going to find a point where I'm right in the middle of my shoulder blades now, and I'm going to do those little extension stretches. So I don't want to be too far up and I don't want to be too far down, just find that middle spot. Support the head, readjust your body, and we're going to inhale, take a lovely big stretch. And exhale, bring it back for 3. In. And back for 2. And 1 more inhale here. And back for 1. So you can lift that up again and just have a little roll on the shoulder blades. Now for those of you who want to, and you can roll all the way up and down along that spine if you want to. For some people, rolling towards the lower back can be really quite tender and uncomfortable. So I wouldn't recommend it if it's sore or if it's in spasm or if you have an injury. I would just stick to the upper back, because when we release in any part of the body as a whole will get the appreciation of that release. So you don't have to go into the sore area. So gently up and down that spine, just to where you feel good. And we're going to do that 1 more time. Big breaths in and out. So like I said, I would spend more time on that personally if it was me, but I'm going to show you a couple more. So now what I want you to do is take the roller, and we're going to place it in front of the bottom like this, and roll yourself down. And we're going to just very gently hinge the hips up and place the roller onto the sacrum, which is that hard fused bit of the spine just above the bum cheeks. So it's just at the top of the bum cheeks there. And we've got the hands, I'm going to get you to have the hands away from the roller and out to the sides for this one. Find your abdominal connection and gently take one leg and then the other leg up to tabletop, and then cross your ankles. Now you might need to readjust with the roller, and sometimes if you've got slippy pants on or a slippy top, the roller will move. So we want to let the roller move a little bit anyway, but if you feel like it's going to pop out from underneath you, maybe hold it lightly, but we want the roller to move and massage the spine. So I'm just going to show you that here. As I inhale, I'm allowing the roller just to move away from me a little bit, letting my legs come in. As I exhale, I'm gently rolling and dipping down. So I'm getting a little bit of connection here, and I'm allowing that roller. Can you see it's just moving a tiny little bit? It's not moving much. As I'm moving my bottom, the roller moves up and down, and mine's just moving a little bit, so I'm going to just adjust that. So gently exhaling to dip,
inhaling in, and this should feel lovely. Now, if you have a sacrum injury or a sacroiliac injury, then you can absolutely do this, but it might feel uncomfortable. So what you can do is put a little pad under your bottom, or a towel, a fluffy towel, so you've got that support on the roller so it doesn't feel so hard. And there's also different densities of roller you can buy. You can buy a really soft roller. So if you Google it, you can find a soft foam roller. You don't need to do this on a hard roller. You'll still get some really good benefits from working with a soft foam roller. So we're just going to do some little baby circles here, moving those legs around just a little bit, baby circles. And the other way. And then we're gently to take those legs down. Move the roller away from your bottom, and then just want you to stretch your legs out over the roller like this and reach your arms behind you. And again, we're just giving yourself a moment to feel that release. And then gently bring yourself onto your side. We'll do a little bit more work. So I'm going to get you to work on your glutes next. I'm going to do a quick bit of glutes, quads and hamstrings. So as I've said, this is super quick today. You will normally take more time to do this. But if we did a whole class on this, that's a whole nother thing. So you can message me if you want me to do a whole class on rolling the muscles. We can do that if you want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit with my half a bum cheek on the roller, so I'm at an angle. The roller is straight on the mat here, and I'm sitting at a jaunty angle, so I'm sitting with my bottom right on the fat bit of my bottom on one bum cheek on the side here. So I'm going to work my right leg. This is my right leg, and I'm going to take my right leg up to cross over my left knee. Now, if that's not available to you, if you're super sore in your hips, just keep those legs together gently, and we're just rolling through the central part of your fleshy bit of the bottom. And you can roll to the sit bone, but make sure you don't go anywhere near your coccyx, your tailbone, because that can be very uncomfortable and it's sore. So we're rolling onto the fleshy bit of the bum, and actually you can go up to the bony bit a little bit up here. And then if it's available to you, we can add the stretch. And of course, big breaths in and out. Super big breaths in and out. And can you see I'm doing this quite slowly and gently? You don't need to go crazy. Less is more. Be nice to your body. Be kind to yourself. Okay, so let's scoot on to the other side. I'm just going to switch sides like this so you can see what I'm doing. So now again, I've just come over onto this, the middle bit, the really chunky bit of my bottom. And this is my left leg now. So now my left leg is going to go across my right leg. You don't need to do that if you don't want to. I'm taking support from my arm on the floor, but of course I've got those abs turned on a little bit. And we're just doing a gentle roll up and down through the fleshy bit of the bottom. And I'm onto my side of my bottom, but I'm not on my hip bone to the side here. So I'm not on the top of my thigh bone, your greater trochanter, because that is uncomfortable. You do not, so if you roll too far forwards, that's not a good place to be. We're slightly lifted. You've got the nice chunky bit of your bottom on the roller, and the bone is still facing outwards. You've not got the bone of the femur here. We've not got that greater trochanter on the roller. That's not a good place. And this should feel kind of nice, but a little bit hard at the same time, just keeping that breath going for me. And like I said, it's okay to roll to your sit bone, so the sitting bones that we sit on, and it's okay to roll towards the top of the pelvis, but the bones that we want to avoid is your coccyx, which is your tailbone, and your greater trochanter, which is the top of the thigh bone here. Okay, a little bit of rolling, gorgeous. I'm going to come down. Now, before we move on, we're going to do thighs. So, place the roller in front of you here. Now, at this point, if you have a Pilates ball, I'm just going to go grab mine, I forgot to get it out before. Schoolgirl error. You can, and actually I've got a bigger ball I can use as well. It can help support you. So if you don't like rolling your thighs because it hurts too much, it's worth investing in a Pilates ball, and actually the next size up from this one is better. So like a 12-inch
or sorry, 12 centimetre or something like that. It is a good size. So here's your little trick if you want to get a bit more support. You put the roller here and you put the ball under the tummy and the pelvis, and so that we're really supported. So as you roll up and down on the thighs, you've got a lot more support for your body. If you take that away, the weight of your body is pulling down onto the legs, and if you want to do that, that's absolutely fine. But if you know your thighs get super sore and this hurts a little bit, go ahead, get a nice squashy ball and use the ball to help you. That's quite a nice place to do those thighs. And again, take your time, tons of breathing, gently, slowly, be kind to your body. Gently up, gently down. And we can roll the thighs around a bit, so you can sort of change the angle of the hips a little bit here. So we're getting a little bit of inner thigh, a little bit of outer thigh. Can you see I'm just rolling a little bit to one side? And that can be quite tender. So just be gentle with yourself. Smoothly, slowly, and we can do a little bit of rocking. So if you find a sticky bit, you can literally just rock in and out on it. And if you really want to get those thighs into a stretch, bend the knees in, take them out, or you can do one at a time, bend it in, take it out. Now that can be, again, quite challenging and hard because it can be tight in those thighs, and we're really getting that release into the thighs. You do that. Oof. Good, right, coming off. Again, spend more time here. We're going to go onto our hamstrings and our calves. So, pop the roller under the back of the thighs. And there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can actually just, if you don't really like doing too much hard pressure into the back of the hamstrings because they are really sore, just go ahead and lie down. So what I've done is I put the roller next to my bottom and I'm lying down, and I'm going to let my legs just lie over that roller, and then what I'm going to do is just sort of rotate my thighs outwards and inwards. So I'm allowing the flesh of my thighs to roll over the roller in this position here. So the roller isn't going up and down, the roller's staying still pretty much, and my thighs are rolling over the roller. You can also press down into the roller. So again, what I've done now is I've just tightened into my bottom, and you can come up onto your elbows or do it on your back and just gently have a little roll here. Big breaths in and out. Or you can stay down and just lift your bum up and do little mini rolls, and then sort of caterpillar up and down the mat like this. And this is a nice place to start rolling the thighs if your thighs are really sore. If you want to go for it, we lift up, get that bottom up, and we're going to really roll into those thighs. And from here you can go right up towards the bottom cheeks and onto the sit bones. Beware of your coccyx, so you're not going on your coccyx, and right back down. If you want more intense work, we cross a leg over. So we get a little bit more work there. Big breath in, big breath out. Onto the other side, cross it over. And back. Good. So again, you can spend a nice bit of time on those thighs. We're going to do a little bit of calves. So what I like to do is shake them around. Just give them a shake. So put the roller directly under the back of the calves and just literally roll the calves like this. So we're giving them a little shake. We're just gently introducing the calves to the roller. Some people go through life with super nice calves and they're absolutely fine. I'm one of those people that has very, very tight calves. So my calves are always tight, no matter if I stretch them and release them. In fact, I do need to stretch them and I do release them every day, and they get tight again. So really focusing on giving them a shake, and then again you can do that lifted stretch where we roll the calves on the roller, and that can be really intense for some people. And if you're feeling very brave again, you go ahead and you cross the legs to get a bit more weight into that roll. But I would advise you to do this really slowly, gently. Breathe, be kind to your body, and really focus on your breath. So the last little bit I want to do today before we finish off is your inner thigh. You'll notice I haven't rolled my outer thigh. That's not a good idea. Rolling your outer thigh can actually be really painful, and what it does is it sends the rest of the body into this pain response. So by rolling all the other bits, the bottom, the hamstrings, the quads, the adductors. We're actually going to let this side release on its own. It'll do its own thing and release. But remember to rehydrate, so we're going to get some water. So I'm lying on my side, I've got one leg straight along the mat and this other leg is going to tuck in here. I've got it about 90 degrees. I've got support on my elbow and I'm going to roll, holding the roll, I'm going to roll the roller towards my pelvis and then back towards the knee. So I'm getting a really good thigh roll here. And be gentle. If again you want to up the ante and get a little bit more stretch, we reach that leg away and we get a little bit more work here. And you can actually bend and stretch into this leg as you roll. So other side again. Take your bottom leg out in a long line, bring the roller to you and place it on the thigh. And I've got the foot on my roller. I'm going to have support here and I'm just gently bringing that out and bringing it back. I'm just getting a little bit of work into that thigh. Big breaths in and out. And again, if you want to stretch the leg, you can. Or bend it and stretch it. And then just take your time doing that. So that's just a little taste of the foam roller. The possibilities are endless. And just what I would say is be kind to your body. Try not to push yourself too hard, especially when you're rolling. You should be gentle and your body will release naturally for you. So I hope you've enjoyed today. Thank you for joining me and I will see you soon. Take care everybody. Bye.